Episode 4 of Reina Roja starts with Antonia having a flashback dream about a mysterious man approaching her while on a date with her boyfriend. She cleverly finds an excuse to get the boyfriend out of the room by briefly knocking over a coffee cup to meet with the man. He appears scared of someone he calls Mr. White and says that he has come to Madrid to kill her. He knows that she is the Red Queen even though it is a secret, and he vanishes suddenly after telling her he is the executioner before Antonia wakes up in an unfamiliar room with her tablet and phone still in her bag. She calls Gutierrez, sends him her location, and asks him to bring her a change of clothes. She then takes her time to examine the mural of clues Ezekiel left her, and she is certain that he is trying to send a message. Gutierrez is angry that Antonia disappeared, and he makes her promise not to put herself in danger anymore. Antonia takes a mental note of a taxi's number plate, and their next stop is back at Laura's gated community for further investigations on the day her son was murdered. The guards at the gate are unwilling to disclose information, but Gutierrez gets Thomas to crack, and he tells them about the party that was happening on that day and a timestamp of when the taxi they are looking for entered the housing complex. However, they refuse to let them see the camera footage from the day of the murder, but Antonia quickly figures out a way to make $100,000 through gambling at a casino and bribes the guards to gain access to the CCTV footage. She notices a glitch around the time the taxi enters the complex, and upon further investigation, they find out that the CCTV is bugged. After asking Aguado to look into the glitch and find them a clue, Gutierrez invites Antonia to have a meal at home with his mother and enjoys the potato omelet. Later, while Gutierrez takes a nap, Antonia and his mother talk as she tries to understand her actions, which include persistent touching, which she somehow finds uncomfortable, but surprisingly, she does not jerk away. Gutierrez's mother is left in awe when Antonia describes her life by observing little things in their home, including photos and the medicine cabinet. Gutierrez grows fond of Antonia and shares it with his mother. Elsewhere, Detective Perro and his partner are pulled away from Perro's surprised birthday party by a report about the taxi Antonia found on the mural. They find a designer shoe in the boot, suggesting that the taxi was used to transport Carla after the kidnap. Meanwhile, Sandra is back on talking terms with Carla, and this time, she wants Carla to help her kill Ezekiel once she helps get her out of the cage. At first, Carla is reluctant, but after having a dream about her father's unwillingness to get her out, she agrees to work with Sandra, saying that she is ready to stab Ezekiel as many times as possible. Aguado gets them a lead on the tattoo, but they do not find significant information after following the lead since they learn from the tattoo artist's daughter that her father had a stroke 6 months earlier, and he cannot talk. Antonia finds a way to communicate with him using gestures and finds out that he did the tattoo on an underground police officer, NBC. Antonia digs for information on NBC and matches it to their information about Ezekiel's age group. She discovers he graduated from the police academy with 3 other officers. 2 of them are dead, and 1 is an actor who moved to Germany and was on a live game show on the day of the murder, so he is automatically ruled 1. The 4th officer is the only one alive, and they head to his known address, enthusiastic about finally getting to meet with Ezekiel. Gutierrez asks Antonia to wait outside while he sneaks in through the back door, but she does not follow his orders, and fortunately, she stops Gutierrez from beating up the wrong man. They have a seat down with the NBC officer, and they find out that among the 4 of the officers who graduated together, 1 is dead, the other moved to Germany, and the 4th man vanished. The man's name is Fajardo, and we learn that after his daughter's accident, he was put in a mental institution for a long time since he never got over her death. They thought he was okay, but he kept choosing the most dangerous missions and was blown up in a tunnel explosion. Their superiors think that he committed suicide, but they never found a body. Meanwhile, the police gear up to arrest Fajardo since they found his fingerprint in the abandoned taxi, and they have the address. However, Antonia thinks it does not make sense that Ezekiel deliberately leaves a car with fingerprints for the police to find. She thinks he still plays riddles, especially because he let her go. While their next stop is the asylum, Pero and his partner leave the police station, heading to arrest Fajardo. The episode review. The episode adds layer after layer of unpredictability to an otherwise seemingly predictable premise that leaves our minds reeling. It offers no answer to the endless questions running through our minds as the story development becomes even more confusing. The mystery surrounding the kidnappings seems not as simple as we might predict, and the episode tests our patience with mind-numbing plot twists. Ezekiel's motive remains hidden, and we have no idea why he let the police find the car or why he kidnapped Antonia just to let her go later. The relationship between Antonia and Gutierrez has become a fan favorite as she continues to fascinate him with her extraordinary IQ while he and his mother make her comfortable enough not to shun away but to open up about her experiences.